Well, I can tell you this, Dominic. Yes, I agree with you. Evan Peters does a super job portraying him, but that took a lot of liberties and made a lot of falsehoods out of the case and the story of Dahmer. It took a lot of history on that.
Good evening, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. This is your Welcome to Wolf 10. I'm your werewolf. Tonight we're talking about fan fictions and fan works. Per Dom's request. Speaking of Dom, we had the Hound of the South, Dominic Powell.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you enjoy tonight's live stream as we go over fan works and as well, including fan fiction and fan art. If there are any fan works that you like to talk about to contribute in the discussion, put it down in the live chat.
We have the Warrior of Light, Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Greetings, YouTube viewers and fellow Final Fantasy fans. This is Final Fantasy Fan 012 here, and welcome back to another live stream of the UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. And today, in this stream, we are actually going to be talking about fan works and fan fictions. What can I? And today, upon Dominic Powell's request, and so yeah, I don't have anything else to follow up from that.
That's the first time I've seen you ran out of words. Considering all the stuff that you say sometimes. But we also have the lovely Leia Valor Leia plus size.
Happy Friday to everyone. Welcome to our stream. This is Leigh Plus Size, your Lady of Valor. And as you've heard from our other three compadres, we are going to be talking about fan fiction and fan works. So you know how we are. So I'm glad you stopped by on a Friday night. I know a lot of people are busy or have things to do, but we're glad you came by to join us for a bit and hope you enjoy the show.
Man, I hope we make it worth your time because most of us is missing Ishii's Lay's Night Friday right now. But you know what? We'll catch you on the backwatch if we can. Hopefully, miss out on some good Lay talk between Kat Rocha, Catherine, and Janelle Penner. But you know what? I think you guys will want to be here and hear us talk gush over about fan works and talk about fan projects or even you know the usual stuff. Who's going to start?
Well, I'm here's the thing. When I read it, I thought we were going to maybe I read the idea and I got it wrong. I thought we were going to talk about um more like we did last time about how we would our fan versions of stories or scripts or
No, no, this is
movies
not no
thing.
elevator pitch. We're talking
Yeah.
about appreciative fan works. Like, I guess I'll start. Let's talk
Yeah,
about that
go ahead.
one animation that was circling for a time for a month actually called Legend of Dragon Ball Tale. Have any of you guys heard about that one?
I
I
mean, I
I
really. My cousin is a huge Dragon Ball fan. I'm not sure if he knows about this too, but I couldn't get into anything much Dragon Ball, especially everything that's so complicated after Z.
I heard fleeting mentions of Legend, but I didn't have the time to really check it out myself.
Oh my goodness, you guys are missing gold because it takes the premise of Dragon Ball mix it in with Dragon Ball Z with really well written story beats. And the guy who worked on it, he's been working on it for like years now. But from the way how it's working to the voice acting to the animation, it's just fucking amazing. Like Vegeta is Vegeta's a entirely different character in this story. Goku is an entirely different character. Everybody you know from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z almost shows up here. Even Brawly, like Brawly's a different character. Well, he's classic Brawly, but then some. The Saiyan story is rewritten, but like I said, it takes all that and then some. So it starts off like almost like the tail end of Dragon Ball, where Chi Chi fights Goku and basically remind him that he proposed to her to marry her and all right. But then Brawly shows up and attacks, just straight up just sucker punches Goku sneak attacks him and stuff like that, and attempts to just obliterate him. Nobody knows why he's after Goku at this point, but he's after Goku. And then Vegeta shows up. He's actually, I'm trying to remember, because there's Emperor Vegeta. His dad is actually alive in this one. He's not. His dad didn't get killed by Frieza, but he's the Emperor, whereas Vegeta is the king, and he shows up to Earth to in a way assist Goku, so that Goku can actually refine his Super Saiyan form. And what was also interesting about the short itself is the fact that the Super Saiyan is very different. Like if you don't have it refined, you become like a almost like a beast. Because when Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan, when he sees Chi Chi gets hurt during the fight, he becomes this like this this marriage between Super Saiyan and Uzuru, kind of like a Asura's Wrath berserk form. And with that form, along with Vegeta's Super Saiyan form, which is more refined, when the Super Saiyan form is refined, you go to the traditional Super Saiyan, which is golden hair, and if in the case of the your monkey like tail, it goes gold as well. So it's a pretty interesting take on the Dragon Ball franchise itself, and I really would like to see where they go from here. Then again, I have to look up where to support them at, because so far the 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 short is still up.
Oh,
So
all right.
yeah, I have to link it to you guys. Link it to everybody who's also watching. It's freaking amazing. Like I said, the animation is pretty good. The voice act,
Hmm.
my goodness, the voice acting is amazing. The girl who plays the voice of Chi Chi nails Chi Chi. In fact, Chi 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 has done justice. Like even though she doesn't really contribute much to the fight, she actually holds her own for a while. Even go as far as to enlarge her musculature, much the same as Master Roshi does. And I think that's where she learned it from. That's who she learned it from. But like still like, and also you get some little Easter egg characters like Saitama shows up in the crowd. Um, two Yamcha showed up, and there's even a stand-in for Akira Toyama, I believe,
Hmm.
or some famous anime animator or anime artist.
Hmm. And you, wow, this really sounds interesting. And how did you come across it?
It just popped up in my recommendations. Excuse
So
me.
it just came out by chance.
Like everybody who's talked about this animation have always spoken about how it just came up in their recommendations. And I've been on my 10th time watching it because that's how good it is.
Oh, all right. And has there been any ha- has there's a YouTube channel like have there been any progress after the short?
You probably have to follow the artist who does the animation for that, because he does continue to do art. He does a lot of crazy shit on his Twitter page. I'm trying to remember his name, or rather his name is in the damn description. So
Now, how long is the short?
it's only 11 minutes.
Only 11. Only
The
11
rest is for
minutes.
credits. Like it doesn't even go. It doesn't really go on that long actually.
Huh.
Like I said, the rest is mostly credits. And it says the fan project film is not monetized in any way and had no budget. Thank you, Akira Toriyama, for inspiring an entire generation of fans. That's what he says in the description. He even says that in the beginning of the short. trying to find his Twitter page so you can check out his art. His art's good. When I say it's good. You can find my comment there on the short too. If you choose to take a look at
I'll make sure to take a glimpse.
it. Cause man, there was a characterization of Goku right there that just like oh my goodness, you guys did it. You guys basically his name is Naj Pasha or Remingents on his Twitter handle. I'll link his Twitter handle. That dude's just stay promoting that short. So here's Naz Pasha. Check out his artwork. Get inspired. I'll send it to the private chat. There you go. In the private chat. That's his artwork.
Thank
That
you.
dude's
Okay, thanks
that
a
dude,
lot. Thank you. Yep.
that dude's an
I will.
animated beast. Excuse me. Sorry. Anybody want to interject?
Hmm.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not going to have too much to say for you because I don't really know or familiar with many fan arts or works of fan fiction off the top of my head.
All I can say to you,
So,
Leia, is if you're looking for something that's for the fans, this is definitely one for the fans. I know you're not a Dragon Ball fan, period. The thing is, if you want to see manly men being men and women kicking ass at the same time, but at the same time not belittling the man, this is something you'll probably check out on your pastime.
okay.
Let this be something that you check out on your pastime. Like something that like let's look at Wolf. Oh my goodness. Look at that hunk of meat pounding that other meat. Thank
Well,
you, Wolf Commander, for recommending me this. I like to see men really fight men, and men are not meek and weak, and they're just
Ah, here it
muscular.
goes again.
uh, oh, what book do we have this time there, Final?
It is the Divine Comedy. So it's basically Dante's Inferno, Dante's the Divine Comedy.
Oh, okay. Interesting read.
I can't
Well, Wolf,
actually
since you put it
pronounce. I can't pronounce his last name though. It's Alighieri. Yeah, Dante Alighieri. I think. Uh, it is a very infamous epic poem. Um, yeah, it is a very infamous epic poem. Basically going through hell, purgatory to finally go into heaven. So it's basically a pretty spiritual journey.
you always have an interesting book when it's time for you to from your library, and we're gonna have Final's book moment where he shows us a book that he has that you every time we go to your screen you pull out a book and you have some interesting book in your hand. It looks interesting from the cover. That's why I
Oh
had to
yes,
ask.
yeah, because this is basically just all from the leather-bound books that Barnes and Noble had been selling. I actually have a good majority of them at the very top of my shelf. It's at the very end, straight down here, because up here is all the manga that I
Better
have of
watch
the
it, man. Don't
reprints
let it
of the
fall on
JoJo's
you.
Bizarre Adventure series. Yeah, you can't actually see it, but it's at the very top of my shelf.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, like Wolf said, we want you to be careful. We don't want you to fall or anything to fall on you. We don't want to hear kaboom in there.
I know.
Yeah, we don't want to hear you kaboom fall on you. Well,
Actually,
Wolf,
you know
since
what?
you put it,
Let me show you some of the screenshots
I was going to say
before we move on.
since you put it
Yeah.
like that in your description of the work, I will definitely check it out. Since
Yeah,
you know
let me show
manly
you the
man.
let me show you the so this is how Goku looks. Oh wow, this is a new format of Bing, by the way. Came with the new format of you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Firefox. Firefox. Damn it, Firefox. Fucking Firefox. This is Super Saiyan form. If you guys can see it.
I can see
His
it.
his
Yeah.
unrefined Super Saiyan form. Here's King Vegeta,
Oh, what does that remind me of? I c-
Son Goku,
no, the that form. It well not.
Son Goku,
Oh, I know it's Son Goku, but
or
it
better
looks
yet,
so.
Song Wukong.
I mean, I know. I mean, I know that's what Goku is based on in the original Dragon Ball series, but it looks like something else. What's it? It's from Ben 10. I forgot what's his name.
Are you talking about Heat Blast?
Heat Blast. That's what it is. Yes. I don't know. It looks so. I thought that looked so much like Heat Blast from Ben 10.
You know what? Since we're here, might as well play the damn video. I'll force you guys. You made me do this.
Okay, what are we watching? Is this a trailer for a movie? Oh, this is a
Mm-mm.
fan
Uh,
film.
That's fan
He
film.
says, final, he said we made him do it. So it's our fault.
No, no. You get to absorb manliness. Damn it. Hope I don't get.
Sometimes I can't with this guy.
Nas Pasha, we're watching this because we love you. That's Emperor Vegeta. Can you watch it? You guys are. Can you guys? Is it playing back well for you guys?
I can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, is it going well? Is there no lag or anything?
No, I'm hearing
Going
it fine.
smoothly.
Yeah, on my end, I
Okay.
can
Yeah,
hear it fine.
yeah. There's no lag.
Because I remember in the past when we did this shit, we always had that problem.
I can hear it
There's
fine.
there's Chi Chi. To marry me. The world stopped. There's Yamcha number 1.
Oh, just a single tumbleweed. But wait, that's what happens with Chi-Chi and Goku much later. They did get married eventually.
Yep. That's
I got
Brawly.
I gotta say the voice actress is really capturing Chi Chi well.
Mm-hmm. She took a point blank hit from Brawly of all people. Turn it down a little bit because that shit is echoing my damn ears. Kakarot! Kakarot! By the way, did you know the only language he speaks is Kakarot? I love the scouter counter climbing up to the point where it goes legend. It's refreshing. Royal Asception. New King of the Saiyans. Legend Broly. Hey, turn your ass back around. That shit is to the wind. Ah, I'm getting giddy watching this. They're using they're using burst. It's Super's opening thing. That's all you need to know. It broke his ribs. You guys still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Still here.
I was quiet so I can hear it and listen to it.
We
I
hear.
don't. I'm not familiar with it, so I'm just sitting here taking it all in.
Well, I guess it's our first time watching anime, guys. We did it!
I see.
We made Leia watch anime!
I have seen. Hey,
Oh, that's my
Final is
favorite
reading
part.
his book.
You son of a bitch.
Final is reading his book. That's a huge book.
I mean,
How
yeah,
you gonna
'cause-
read a book on this awesomeness,
Yeah.
man?
I
Is
would
that
be when. Actually, yeah, he's up here. I would be whenever you're just gonna be up there just getting like a child in a candy store.
You can't. I can't help it. I love action anime. This is what makes. That's what action anime hypes me up, man. Can you blame me?
Yeah, I wouldn't even blame you. But then
Did
again,
you-
you're just already showing Leia just a bunch of this. You're like, oh, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. Like anyone else would just say, oh, you gotta watch the anime. Oh, have you read the manga?
When the last?
Don't be
No,
like
seriously.
that.
When the last time you ever experienced that?
Since I was in middle school, thank you very much.
Right? Can you imagine me as a toddler sitting next to Final, and we're both watching Double Dragon, and I'm like raising my sword up, and he's looking at me. He's looking at me with his glum face while I'm saying, "For might, for right, we are Double Dragon."
He's just
And that's
looking at
Dante and Virgil's rivalry for you there.
me. Mhm.
Dang.
I've
Man,
seen anime. I just have.
the animation. Man, the animation is really making the art smooth for this one short.
Yep, it was like almost 2 years in the making, I believe. My homeboy didn't like Goku's transformation though, but there's a reason behind his transformation looking like that. He's not dead, yo.
Okay.
That part got me giddy. Birthright. Who you, just like I, are the legacy of a powerful race of golden warriors. It is out of control. I love that line. So marry that woman. War. And that's it. You can put your book away, Final.
I still have it with me. I always have a book with me. Because, like, anytime whenever something like this happens, it's like, oh boy, which book do I want to read now? How about
And
this
Neil
one?
Star is just adds commentary while we're watching.
I see what you did, Neo.
It's a broken ribs.
Yes, I watched the Double Dragon cartoon To be the dragon, you gotta be strong, humble, never bragging. Always fight for right, battling wrong with the power of the dragon. Live the code of the dragon. Fight for right, the might of the dragon. Sorry, that was for Neo.
Okay.
If my if my inner if my fan my inner fan is to be doubted, I know that song by heart, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Anyways, that was Legend of Dragon Ball Tale. And you guys all watched it together with me. So I say that was a job well done on my part. I showed you
Well,
guys gold.
well, I'm glad that made you happy. I'm glad
Well,
that
you
you
get to
said
see you get to see a second anime with us. Wait, how many anime she's seen so far with us, guys? Or have y'all been keeping count yet?
I
Well,
know
she's
she's
she's seen Highlander.
Yep,
and
Mhm.
Summer Wars, so that's two.
yep.
Mhm.
But
She's
then
seen
counting
Highlander
this one,
for
which is
obvious
three.
reason. I
Well,
think she watched Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust with no, she didn't.
I
That
haven't
was for
got
the
to that yet.
boys.
Yeah.
That was all of us boys. But she will be seeing. Hopefully, she'll see Blood the Last Vampire because that is vampire and
I
it's
w-
Halloween related.
I will.
Anyways, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Who's got a fan project or a fan work that they admire that they want to talk about now?
Yes, I'll go. Um, Funnily enough, it's basically the only. I didn't know what other fan fictions we would talk about, like what other fan fictions we would talk about, but then I just remembered what I would basically would say. It's Fort Snake's Mortal Kombat Chronicles, which is his Mortal Kombat fan fiction series as a Mortal Kombat anthology because he is a huge Mortal Kombat fan. He's very passionate of Mortal Kombat
His
before
whole channel is built around Mortal Kombat.
mm-hmm. um and yet and that's even how I actually got into more Mortal Kombat games. Funnily enough, I used to play Mortal Kombat before since Mortal Kombat 9, or no, it was actually since Mortal Kombat versus DC, um, and then was Mortal Kombat 9, and then eventually. Oh, now just hearing me talk about my history with Mortal Kombat. Um, and then the three Mortal Kombat games, the arcade Mortal Kombat games, were on Xbox 360 for quite a while. I'm not sure if it's still up there. Um, and I remember I did not even make it past them because it is so hard as balls there. The only way you could basically just get through it is just by crouching into the corner and just do endless uppercuts because that's just the only way you could just do it. Just like just like crouch into the corner, just like actually, you wouldn't even notice my ultimate weapon, and that is what. Just crouch into the corner and just do endless uppercuts, or just standing still, just pressing high kick.
Dun, 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 dun,
um,
dun, dun, dun,
but then, and this is
dun,
even when I got into fighting games for a while. But then, till many years later, I would actually then I wouldn't get into the Mortal Kombat series a lot later until I started watching Fort Snake's videos of Wasted Potentials or Potential series.
Yep.
Um, and this is basically when I got into the Mortal Kombat series. And because of his work with the Mortal Kombat series, making an anthology series, that's even what got me into doing the same thing with Marvel and DC when I would make a Marvel and DC anthology series, which is going to be an homage to their classic counterparts up till the late 2000s when superhero comics were basically trying to be Watchmen wannabes. And because I was like, originally it was going to be a visual novel series, but then I thought, but then as I started looking at visual novels, I was like, wait, visual novels. When you look at visual novels like Blaze Blue, which is a fighting game with its story being based on visual novels, it would basically start going on branching paths, whether it's a comedic path or a very serious path, which moves the story forward. Yeah, there are I wanted the series to be just as one story, like its whole thing. Even though I know a multiverse is a thing, but even then, I'm already getting so tired of that. But if you watch Young Rippa, you would
Even
basically
when
know why.
even when the multiverse theory is being is misunderstood or misapplied.
Exactly. So then I thought, yeah, you know what? If Fortnite can already do this with Mortal Kombat, why don't I do this here with Marvel and DC?
Keep going.
Well, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to check out Force Snake's story because
You can act.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah,
Huh?
it surprised me at first when I stumbled across it when I was on the on the Mortal Kombat channel under fanfiction.net, and when I learned when Chronicles is authored by Force Snake, like what he made a fan fiction for Mortal Kombat. So I decided to check it out, and it's honestly one of the best written works for Mortal Kombat that I've read.
I mean,
Right,
of
I'm like,
course. I mean, of course, because he is very passionate about the series. I believe he's been, yeah, he explained this that he's been a fan of Mortal Kombat since his dad gave him Mortal Kombat 4. And then
Oh, that one.
yeah, because his dad already, I think his dad found it basically just at his work, and yet he just thought, I'll just give him that, probably just to shut him up, probably. um, but then yeah, just buy my son a video game. That'll shut him up. That'll keep him happy.
Of
Um,
all the Mortal Kombats. Dun, dun,
yep.
dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
And then
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
and then eventually I think he got a bit more into the Mortal Kombat series. I think
Outstanding.
I believe since Deception. I know it's
Oh, Wolf, I don't know if you're playing a game.
No, that's Mortal Kombat 4 in a nutshell.
Oh, okay. I thought.
yeah. Can you let me talk?
Look, you're talking about fan works, man. You're talking about one of my favorite Mortal Kombats besides Daily Alliance.
I mean, and then I know he played Deadly Alliance a bit later, but I think the next Mortal Kombat game after 4 was Deception, I think. Because it was his favorite.
Look, we ain't finna be trying to chronicle this man's life story about the damn game itself. Talk about why you like the story.
Oh God.
or in this book.
You there, Final?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
I just don't even know what else to say afterwards.
Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's hard to come back after that one, isn't it? Well,
The
what
question,
would you like?
dang it, Wolf, like you made him lose track.
Yeah, he had it going. Now
Oh,
Just
you tell him you're selling his channel more so than the damn story. Is all I'm saying.
Well,
That's all I'm
Final,
saying.
he wants to know why do you like it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
why
helped.
did I like it?
Yes.
Yeah, I
It
want to hear your
was
passion.
Yes.
since I wanted to become a writer because Fortnite was as passionate as the Mortal Kombat series as much as I am with the heroics, especially with Final Fantasy. Um this is basic I just started to like it, and I actually did start to grow a bit more of appreciation with Mortal Kombat, and yes, I definitely did see the flaws in NetherRealm Studios' writing with Mortal Kombat, especially with the Injustice series. Um,
Hmm.
Worth it.
um,
No, I killed that junk rat with my ult. Fucking and I died for my trolls, but it was fucking worth it because the little bastard was freaking annoying as hell. Playing Overwatch 2.
I,
Go ahead,
Continue.
Final.
eh,
Is there anything else you want to add?
not sure what else though. Um,
Okay.
hmm.
So, as a budding writer, you like the story because it inspires, it ignites your passion.
I mean, Well, yes,
It put you in
because
the writer's path, didn't it?
well, not necessarily on the writer's path. It's just more so inspiration. What
Right.
really set me on the writer's path is basically on it was Professor Geek and learning about archetypes.
Yes,
What
his
really pretty much like sparked that. What actually got the ball rolling was ever since I started reading manga in theory and practice by Hidehiko Araki after reading the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series, especially watching the anime. What were you about to say, Leia?
No, I was going to say that his archetype videos are great. I usually suggest to any writer or anyone itself who likes stories, whether it's comic books or manga or anime, to look at those videos of how he really breaks down those archetypes. I think that is such a big help. Normies, I usually send them to people who like this stuff, but they don't know why, or maybe why you like a certain character or not. It is a big
No.
reference. It's like he made a
Oh,
video
it's Lucio.
encyclopedia. So I can understand why that would influence you as well. That's all I was going to say.
Right. Um. But yeah. But anything else? Every time when I always like to see other works like Fort Snake's Mortal Kombat Chronicles series, or um, or even
Is he
knowing
still
about.
continuing?
Yes, I'm still continuing. Or even
No, 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 no.
uh,
Is he still continuing Chronicles?
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it's still
um
ongoing.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
yeah, because I think he should be at least near the end until I'm not sure if he even has an ending planned for Mortal Kombat Chronicles, but but it feels like it should be almost there though, or maybe he's halfway there. Um, but yeah, when I look at Fort Snake's Mortal Kombat Chronicles, or even looking at other archetypes, like looking into the four archetypes of the mature masculine, yeah, the mature masculine. Yeah, it's basically just called that. I thought it was like called something else, or even the feminine archetypes, which are named after the Greek goddesses of love, or no, the Greek goddesses respectively. So we have Athena, Aphrodite, um, but then we also have mother figures such as um, yeah, I can't even remember because there are about 7 feminine archetypes. Um, that basically what always likes to inspire me. Whatever that always gets the ball. What always sparks me to actually just start writing because it feels like I would always like to write my own mythology series.
Okay. I was thinking about those female archetypes. I think you've named a few. You've got the goddess archetype, the motherly archetype. You have, um, there are others. I can't think of them right now, but yeah, those are like your two main ones. Your motherly figure, your Saint Mary, your Mary Saint, those kind of archetypes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because it could run parallel to how similarly to how the four masculine archetypes work. Because the four masculine, the mature masculine archetypes are the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. So think the Ninja Turtles with those archetypes. Leo as the king, Raph as the warrior, Mikey as the lover, and Donnie as the magician. But then there's also a fifth masculine archetype, even though it's not really all that masculine, but it's a part of a male archetype, that being the child. And I have showed you this, Leia, um, where the child basically just runs into even has its own four separate categories, which are basically um, a younger four masculine heroes before they start growing up to an adult. I can only remember one, and that being the warrior's younger the child archetype is basically just plays as the hero. And I can't remember what else there. What other of the three.
I get you on that though. Yeah. Yeah.
So we have Mortal Kombat
12D
Chronicles.
12D was an author of fan fiction. 12D, I shiver at the thought of what your fan fiction would possibly be. Knowing
Oh,
your
it's
mind.
safe. It's safe.
Okay. Okay.
Don't
Okay,
worry, it's
I
safe.
wonder. I know you're imaginative, but I
He
know
said
you're
he spoke about Naruto crossover, so it's safe.
okay.
And it's actually possible. I've read a couple of your works to Wode before we even met.
I bet so. I buy it.
So, final, those archetypes help you construct your writing. Sounds like you follow they do when you're making your characters.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause I mean,
I see.
even with even though I didn't know about other archetypes, like because I've written in a journal, which I've written it specifically for myself, as basically more so as a map for writing, and yet this is basically when I would basically know about other archetypes. So all of Professor Geek's archetypes that he's made videos on, and yet he's only done like at least 3 villain archetypes, which then I did write them down, and then but then I know there was actually more than just those villain archetypes, so then I looked them up myself. So then I looked up the fanatic, the boss, or sometimes referred to as the dragon, the mastermind, the henchman. But then there are other archetypes such as the mercenary, which I didn't write down. But then I also learned of other archetypes such as team archetypes, which Professor Geek did do about, which is the Trinity and the Mythic Four. But then there's also the 5-man band, which is a classic team archetype, and which is basically where
Mhm.
I've actually incorporated this to Light and Darkness for the 5-man band.
Max, do you have anything in your stories that has the Arthurian archetype? The King Arthur archetype, the young hero or whatever. It doesn't have to be a hero, but that archetype of well, I guess Arthurian is the best way I can put it. You know,
Thurian.
the Arthurian, the one that's a boy, but he's destined for greater things or for greater glory.
That
He
might
may be a
be.
farm boy, he may be a village boy, he may be a boy or someone of a lowly start, but in his heart or in his soul or through magical powers, he receives the abilities to achieve his destiny.
I mean, I already have the archetypes in mind for Light and Darkness, but for something like that, that might be for a future project eventually. But yeah, that will be someday in the future project. Because for Light and Darkness, all the 5 warriors of light are basically just their own separate archetypes. Because Fotia as the inspirational leader, so he is as the noble leader. Um, his brother Astrapi, who's basically a fun-loving trickster, who basically a rebellious trickster, basically a rebel with the heart of gold. So he is a fun-loving trickster. He's also a ladies' man too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
his younger brother Animos, who is the heart of the team.
We're
Oh,
supposed to talk about fan works.
oh, mm.
Not his fan works, just others' fan works.
We can talk about our own cred stuff in another stream when we revisit.
Okay,
Mm.
just asking. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, final. Light and Darkness will always have my attention, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Actually, you can do it at the tail end.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'd be fine with me.
I understand too. I'm the one that asked the question, so but I understand. Cool, no problem. I think we all got sucked into final story. We
That's
all
what I'm
went
saying.
final story.
Man,
Yes.
we're gonna be here all night, man. If we continue on further, man. I love hearing about your characters, though. I really do love hearing about your characters. But damn it, we're
Mhm.
trying to talk about fan works, man.
Yeah. um. Anyways, Dominic, you got any other fan fictions that you like to talk about?
Sure. First to answer to Twode's question, I would I would say it's around the 2010s when I read one of your not when I read one of your Naruto fan works, Twode. Oh, I need to, oh, I might need to need to look it up. But we can say that for another conversation outside of these live streams.
Right.
What? Oh, it says, all right. Now it was my turn. I will be mentioning four, four fan works
Booyah
that are worth
Sky,
checking out.
bitch.
Um. Okay.
You good, Wolf?
Overwatch.
Yeah, he's playing Overwatch 2.
Just saw the Junkrat fall out of the sky after we killed his ass. It was beautiful. Bastard was harassing us, and I freaking put him on critical, and somebody finished his ass off, and he fell down like a leaf.
Continue dumb.
All right. Actually, you know what? You know what? I'll bump it up to five. Five, but the summaries will be short. So the first fan work that I would first fan work I'll be mentioning is called Child of the Storm. It's a patch it's a patchwork or massive multiplayer crossover, however, written by Nimbus Lewin. And he or she can be found on either fanfiction.net or Archive of Our Own. But basically, Child of the Storm started out as a what if that the mighty Thor, Marvel Comics Thor, not MCU to Norse mythology Thor.
Mhm.
So it started off in this what if in this what if Thor had
In this
been
game, because you're a bunch of
reincarnated as
bitches. Can't even fucking take a
Oh.
damn target. I
anyway.
swear,
Thor had been
ever since
Come
Overwatch 2
on!
came out, I've been set with a fucking cowardice team. Fucking bitches. Continue, Dom.
So, in the past, Thor had been incarnated as James Potter as a first run on his test in humility. Oh, oh, so and after he died, he went mad with grief, and Odin had to wipe his memories. Then those memories were restored by Loki in Harry Potter's third year at Hogwarts, a,
Hmm.
aka the Prisoner of Azkaban. As a as a result, End result, Zola is a world of strange hijinks, constant snarking, lots of badassery, evil plots, lots of characters, creepy super zombies led by an even creepier necromancer, and Loki's incredible copy making skills.
Hmm.
But but after book one, like the sequel piles on more wilderness. So currently there are three books that have been made for Child of the Storm, with two like side stories, Ghosts of the Past and Unfinished Business. Now, while the premise of Child of the Storm sounds like Harry turning out to be the son of a Norse god and being given son superpowers is a typical Mary Sue like setup. The story is able to avoid becoming wish fulfillment by exploring the issues it causes both for him and the wider world. This it also has a lot of world building on a large scale. So when I mentioned it's a massive crossover, he crosses over the Harry Potter series with Marvel Comics, DC Comics, as the Dresden Files. And what I like about Child of the Storm is Nimbus really explores like the butterfly effect as a result of this change in Harry's history and how it affects like the wider world while still focusing on him as well as the other characters.
That sounds
I
interesting.
walked into that.
Yeah, you can
That,
find
is there
yeah.
more? That's all you. That's it.
Well, actually,
Go ahead.
no, there's more. So
Okay.
you can find it on either fanfiction.net or Archive of Our Own. And if you want to know more about it and what tropes are associated with this book, look, you can read it up on not fanfiction.net on tvtropes.org. But do be careful that the tropes do contain spoilers to what occurred in book one, or if you read if you're reading books two or three spoilers are abound as well. So you can read the tropes, but if you don't want to be spoiled, don't unlock any or don't unblock any of the redacted lines surrounding the tropes.
Hmm.
Now the second one. The second fan work that is worth mentioning for you guys to check it out at your own leisure is actually part of a series, and it can be found on Archive of Our Own or fanfiction.net. It's under the title the 714 Marvel Universe 714, and here is the description for it. It's based lightly on the Marvel Universe or 616. However, this is the author's attempt to do right by their favorite characters. The authors involved are Knucklehead Cowgirl and Magneto Cerebro, and how it started is with the return of Wolverine after the events of Death of the Wolverine, and when you get a chance to read their first entry, a Wolverine, an elf, and a Hawkeye walk into a bar, where it is a fix fic for Wolverine after well how badly he's been treated by Marvel Comics, and it doesn't apply to just him, but also other characters of the Marvel universe.
Well, I will say this: they seem to write and know their characters better than what the MCU is doing right now. So I can see why you like it. Seems like they more have sense of them than Disney does. I'd rather read
Oh,
that.
big time.
I would rather read that than what the current stage of the MCU right now. Seems
Well,
like they
if
have
you
a
want,
better understanding of the characters.
oh yeah, Knucklehead and Magneto, like the two of them
Shut.
like really understand the characters, and they're currently at 50 parts. And it's been going on since 2016 of July 28th. Well, to give you give you a summary of their first work is when the real Wolverine shows up with Cable, it only takes a quick check with Emma Frost to confirm his identity. But while he's been gone in another dimension, his replacement has died, and that's left him with a whole list of people who wanted a piece of him. Not to mention a host of friends who don't yet know that he's alive. Meanwhile, Kate Bishop thought she was getting a tour of the helicarrier when the mess that is Wolverine ended up crashing her moment. Not that she's complaining, because she has promised to teach her how to hotwire a shield jet and to take her along to fight ninjas. And let's be real, Kay needs to shoot things. When the two of them meet up with Logan's best friend Kurt, aka Nightcrawler, this unlikely trio heads off to cross some names off of Logan's list. So, so getting at is a buddy cop story, but with stupid heroics.
I like that. Again, much better than what we're seeing on Disney Plus. And I like those
Well,
characters paired up. Characters that people know and everybody knows and likes.
I concur.
hmm Those are, that's why it's very popular. I can see why you like it. Okay, that's a good suggestion. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, a third fan a third fan work is called My Hero SCP. Wait, now this here is a crossover fan work between My Hero Academia and the SCP Foundation.
Ha 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 ha
And
ha.
What's funny?
SCP cross between Boku no Hero.
see I got your attention.
I bet you've already had my attention. This is the fact that when you said that, I was like, oh shit.
All right, well, wait until you hear this. The world is filled with anomalies of various kinds, and many are used to benefit society. While dangerous villains exist, there are many who rise up with powers of their own, either with quirks they are born with, or using objects of power to enhance themselves. Fun fact, in My Hero SCP, the objects of power are references to two items from the SCP Foundation.
Hmm.
And also, entities or characters from the SCP Foundation, they are either heroes or villains in the world of My Hero SCP. So anyway, so this is the story of a young team of students dreaming to be heroes. Through sweat and tears, they will accomplish their dreams, led by one young man destined to become the next symbol of peace.
You motherfucker.
Why you jealous?
Right.
No, this motherfucker had to
Oh
fucking
goodness.
fucking the fucking Zenyatta has to activate his ult when I'm about ready to fuck some shit up, which heals his party around him. But
I,
he ended up dying anyways. We ended up killing him. Like that shit was few though. It
I
was like
thought you
few
meant
effort
like
on his part.
I thought you meant like his ultimate is pass into the iris.
Yep. Embrace tranquility.
Alright, keep
Yeah,
going.
lately people been
Well,
been really good with Zenyatta. They fucking me up with this fucker. Now he's like my most hated support.
oh, I'm sure you'll survive.
Yeah, I found a way to get his ass. Some fucking
Yeah.
glass cannon, anyways.
So My Hero SCP is currently running in 123 chapters, and it's written by the author Mal and Mountnet Surfer. And he has a page on fanfiction.net. However, he's been transferring his works from fanfiction to archive.
Nice.
Well, I will tell you one of the differences with one of the major characters. In this case, is Izuku. Instead of being born quirkless as was in the source material, he's instead born with a quirk that gives him invincibility and as well as immortality due to his powerful healing abilities. And it, well, his regeneration quirk actually blends in well when he is accepted as the ninth holder for One for All. However, it doesn't make him too overpowered, and you'll see why once you get a chance to read My Hero SCP.
Hmm. I like the idea of him not being quirkless at the start.
Yeah, and because of him like not being quirkless, like him and Bakugo's like relationship like remains strong, and their relationship like
Where the
develop
fuck
like
is
that much
everybody
up
else?
until they reach their middle school years. Like they've essentially become brothers in anything but blood.
Why the fuck are you guys hiding back there? Get your ass on the points. Oh,
Oh,
pussy ass Negroes.
okay.
I will I will men- I will mention, however, besides the SCP Foundation,
Get your ass in the damn.
the the book does cross over with other works as well, but I'm not gonna mention them because that will be spoilers.
I swear, I'm like that fucking captain in freaking Pearl Harbor when he sees those two dudes hiding in the deck and shit. He says, get out there, fight, you cowards!"
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? That one scene.
Oh,
That's how I am with these motherfuckers right now. They just some are like hugging the wall and shit. Like, get your ass out there and fight, you coward! Take your ass whooping like a man. At least put some fucking effort into taking this damn point. Hey, we got Artificial Yoni with us tonight.
hey, yeah, Yoni, long time no see.
Yeah,
Hello, Yoni. Welcome.
good morning, everybody. Oh,
Get in here. We're talking about fan
fanfic.
works.
Yeah, I just looked up masterful dodging for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Till we eternally rest. Set during Phantom Blood, it's an alternate telling of what would happen if Dio managed to use the stone mask on Joseph, and I mean Jonathan. It's a beautifully written tragedy. Great recommend. One of the few regular doujinshi I've read, but the art is masterclass. Easily better some published works I've seen, and writing is beautiful. Till JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, till we eternally rest. I can see if I can.
Somebody kill this bitch!
Yeah, Wolf is playing Overwatch 2. That's why you hear him doing this.
Now, how did you discover this fan work, Yoni?
I was trolling through Know Your Meme, and I found out one of the circle's comedy doujins, and then I saw a link to their other works, and this I have to read. And let's see, there we go. That should now be available to you guys. And if somebody can post it in the public chat, that will be good as well. And there's another fanfic I've read that I quite liked. It was Shinji and Warhammer 40k or something along those lines.
Wait, I seen it, but I've not read it. But I discovered it through the FanWorks page for Neon Genesis Evangelion in tvtropes.org.
I discovered it through a forum thread ages ago, and the beginning is absolutely masterful. It gives a alternate retelling of Shinji's childhood, that when instead of it was a case of neglectful abuse, he instead managed to get a more positive relationship with his basically stepdad, uncle, was it? And he gains much more confidence. And the way he, because it's a 40k story, it starts bringing all the stuff that's associated with Warhammer, like the warp, psychic powers, and it also starts getting in multiple crossover things like Men in Black, Fallout. Although I have to say that when they had this one sequence, I was like, really? They taking the sequence from a beginning sequence from Fallout 2? Okay. At the intro level.
All right. So, it's good. Well, it's good to hear. Good to learn more about Shinji and Warhammer 40k. Do you have any? Do you have any like critiques to use with the work?
Yeah, at some point the power scaling becomes quite ridiculous, and after one point, the miniature sun in hands part, I think the writing quality takes a dip, but when it goes from quite good and excellent to it's okay, but after that point, I had to quit simply because there were no new updates, but that was years ago. I haven't checked if there's new stuff, which I do believe there is.
Well, one of these days I'll definitely check out that fan work. Now that you, sorry, man. Finish what you say.
Okay, don't take the point then. All right.
Finish what you were saying, Yoni.
Oh no, I was quite done. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh no.
All right.
No, that was me. That was me talking to these bozos here that can't even hold the damn fort.
Wolf is playing his game as we speak, so he's going to be expressing his emotions, playing his game as we speak. So do not be distracted if you say a fantastic sentence and he comes behind with some enthusiasm or anger as he plays his game.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not too wealthy.
Well, before you came in, Yoni, I was sharing these three three. Wait, actually two.
Oh, I was listening in a bit before I came in to
Oh,
get a
all
feel
right,
of the thing.
all right. Well, I'm glad that you're able to share two fan words, giving them a brief description, and also also sharing your overall opinions on each.
Thank you. And I like the way you guys described the fan fictions you've shared. And if we count abridged projects, Team 4 Stars, Dragon Ball Z abridged, and Helsing abridged are masterful works of.
That counts as fan works.
Yeah, so
Abandon, Abandon the Bridge,
masterful.
Embrace Legend, a Dragon Ball Tale.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Can you link it to me in the Discord so I can check it later?
Sure.
Thanks.
Remind me too. I might forget.
I mean, it's in the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I mean,
private chat only goes as far back as when you join in on the chat.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It doesn't like him because he don't think it. They don't think he's part of the cool kids.
See,
Oh
don't worry, I
shit!
got you
We're gonna
covered.
die. Two of us died.
I got you
Fucking
covered.
Yeah,
diva.
well, I mean, so far, I was actually, well, so far, well,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
glad
alive.
you're able to share these works, and that it actually helps segues to the final two fan fictions that I would like to mention, so you guys could check out for yourselves.
I'll definitely check them out. As I said, it seems like that's more. I find that to be much more enjoyable reading than anything in Disney Plus or MCU is doing right now. To be honest with you, I do agree with
Or
that. So I'll take your
or even
suggestions.
or even from the comic books.
Yes.
Yeah, so but if you want to check, if you want to read, if you want to read the 714 Marvel universe, you can find a Wolverine, an Elf, and a Hawkeye walk into a bar in either Archive of Our Own or fanfiction.net.
I even like that title. If I want to do a movie setup, those three characters you just mentioned are the ones I would put in
Fucking fighting through this damn lag.
because I
Bridget, you
like
need to
them.
fix your shit.
Also, Kate,
And
also like Kate Bishop is written not unlike how her character ended up being bastardized.
yeah, so she's likable. They do such a
Yeah,
bad. They're doing such a bad damage on these female characters. They're not very likable. But if she's likable, if she's not a
Is
Mary
Kate Bishop
Sue,
as bad as they say they say she is?
I
I've
no,
really
no.
heard
In the
really
in the
bad things
past,
about her.
no, in the past, when she made her first appearance in the Young Avengers, she was written well. Well, she was a
She
likable
was.
character.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
really
it
was.
was. It was up until the Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run is when things took a downturn for Kate in terms of characterization.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, that Yoni.
Oh, I thought it was a technical glitch. My router can be a bit uh, bit
I
Hmm.
know.
touchy at times. I don't know
Okay,
why.
okay.
We can
Leia,
we can
do you
relate.
have any fan projects or have you ever catch anything fan related
Well, to be
in your
honest,
downtime?
well, to be honest, with you, from the top of my head, I have to be honest. I don't have too much to mention that stands out. I have read some very interesting, being the Marvel fan that I have some very interesting takes on how some have
Fuck.
have done their own takes on rewriting Endgame and their own takes on the aftermath, which doesn't follow what you see in films, more like they do in comics. But sadly, I can't think of anything at the top of my head. I'm trying to, like some written, how they kept for how they would stretch that out, that it would still be during the Accords while he's someone has written a length where while he's still looking for Bucky, the Accords have started and the Civil War is going on, and Captain America is kind of stuck in between some political wranglings. But it's nothing at the top of my head. I'm sorry at this time. If anything does, I will post it to you. But I don't have
That
anything
the
right now.
interview with the vampire related.
Oh my god, it's been so long. Only I can't think of the top of my head. I have read some, but I can't think of them right away. Um, I can't think of them right away at the top of my head. I'm sorry.
You
I
know, what,
really wish
I'll
I
leave with
really wish
another
I
one.
did.
Some of Machinima's old fan films, like Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. That's still on YouTube. If you can look it up, it's still around.
Oh,
It's
that's
really
nice.
yeah. Like you heard of it, haven't you, Don?
Yeah, yeah, I have.
It basically just tells the same story again. Ryu and Ken just practicing over at Goken's little dojo, and tell it the biggest highlight mostly in that fan project is just basically the story of Goken and Goki, aka Akuma. But it's done really well. Like I mean, there's some things that could have been improved upon it, like not having Ryu have freaking weird ass eyebrows when he has to Sensui no Hado take a hold of him. That was weird. They did not need to do that. Red context would have been just enough. Just saying. Then there's short trailer films like or at least there's short films like the Deus Ex or the Deus Ex short film or the I think they did the Raiden one. When Revenge came out, they did a Raiden comedy film. And then there was their feature length ones, kind of like Forward Onto Dawn and what was the second one after Forward Onto Dawn? Halo, the Halo live action movies, which are way better movies than that fucking Halo series.
Obviously.
I mean, I'd rather watch freaking I'd rather wa- I'd rather watch Lock again and not be a fucking Spartan for a while than to watch freaking Master Chief not just piss and moan throughout the whole series. Like freaking Master Chief is a badass for at least a final act and for on to done at least like that's I mean like if you don't really much like the cadets then don't watch it at all but like Master Chief more than makes up for what it lacks or what you feel like it's lacking. And the way they do the Covenant, which is mostly CGI, for what it's worth, they do a good job of they make them scary, guys. They make the Covenant scary. Let's just say that because the CGI is limited, so they mostly did it in dark places and mostly done in the dark, so the CGI won't look weird or anything like that. So you got that going for it. But the Master Chief's outfit and suit, and of course he's voiced by the same voice actor that voices Master Chief, is really good. Call me Master Chief. And I was like, yeah. Like someone like it's like, who are you? Call me Master Chief. The story of Lasky is not
Relax.
all that bad
I do
either.
not want to piss this thing off. Demon.
But I would give I would second it in the recommendation.
Dark Strangers comic.
Officer of Doom guy. That's interesting.
Speak
Well, now.
and then there's what was it? There was also certain Star Wars fan films before we even got the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
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 which stories are leagues better than the bullshit that the sequel trilogy brought it, and whatever Disney's bringing out. I
Not to
can't
mention,
really name them
and not to
specifically.
mention some of those, and not to mention some of those like fan films are either inspired or they have their setting they be a part of the original Star Wars expanded universe,
Hmm
while still telling an original story.
There's there is the Darth Maul fan project, which is the one that only comes to mind. See it, Twelly. There's two of them actually, but the one that's mostly known is the one that I'm talking about. Then there's this one recent Power Rangers fan series that's been supported by through
Oh,
Patreon.
Power Rangers Unworthy, right?
Yep, which Ninja is showing up in the next episode.
Yeah,
Ain't no spoiler.
I
That
saw
is
the I saw the when I saw the trailer for it. I was, oh man, I
please,
need to check this out.
please, please give him the voice back. It is I, Ninja.
Oh,
Come on, finally, just
Two Star Wars fan films come to mind. One is Troops, basically cops, but set in the Star Wars universe, and
oh,
the other one I can't remember the name, but it's about Jango Fett as a bounty hunter, and they give him an Australian accent.
Really?
Yeah.
But see, it's amazing how we ordinary fans or people are coming up with better material than what we're getting right now. That's what I love about all this stuff. It seems to be more cohesive, makes common sense, and and we're not
well,
even
people are
paid
being
for it.
alternative. Oh my god, my whole team is dead. Are you
And
fucking
Oh.
kidding me?
well, to paraphrase Gene Roddenberry, fan fiction, fan art, or any type of fan works is the ultimate form of compliment and appreciation and thank you due to how much like a work has
First of
left an
all,
impact on
damn, he didn't do
people.
shit.
Well, he's right. That's the thing with all these recommendations you guys mentioned, and then some that I can't think of the top of my head, but I can see why I think more
Oh
people
my
are enjoying
fucking
that
god,
than what we're getting right now. And I think that if that's where we have to get our entertainment from, I hope they
that
keep it going.
explosion didn't do shit. These motherfuckers are smart.
No, I mean like fan works be it like written or visual art. It's like they'll still continue on
Because we're not
on the
community,
other
that's why
side
we're fucking
on
losing.
the other side of the coin like not
Oh
every
shit.
creator like shares like Gene Roddenberry's like sentiments when it comes to fan fiction. Like well, most notable example
Oh my.
is Anne Rice and her being a staunch
What
opponent
the
for
fuck
fan
was
fiction.
that?
Oh. You were
Indeed.
saying, Dominic.
Uh, what makes
Fuck
fan works
that Orisa, dude.
great is
Fuck the tanks, dude.
it comes from love for the fiction it was inspired by.
It's okay. We lost the first round. We can get the second round back, hopefully. But fuck those tanks, man.
Yes, yes, Dark Stranger. That's right, Dark Stranger. The Scooby Doo in live action in indie work where it does count as a fan work.
Yanni, you're right. I think the fic comes from love of the characters and the genre. That's how I look at it. And that's great. And it's great to read because we
Somebody really knew
all
how to work the tanks, man. They need to rework the tanks somehow. Especially fucking Orisa. Like Orisa's fucking loadout is freaking reworked. And she's too I probably got to play her to appreciate her somehow because I fucking hate her ass right now. Her freaking hardening is freaking it's a freaking beast to use now. Can barely even damage this bitch. Especially if you know how to activate it in the right place in the right circumstances.
Oh, so sounds like she's giving you a hard time.
Yeah, like you can tell when somebody's a main. of someone in this game. That or they hacked the fucking game. That's a thing.
Yeah, there is that.
Like fucker, you hacked this shit, didn't you? You need to be banned.
You know, now, Leia, are you familiar with Vampire Chronicles?
Oh yes, as Wolf just mentioned, Vampire Chronicles, the Anne Rice, based on Anne Rice's novels.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
From
absolutely.
starting from Interview with the Vampire. Well,
Yes.
the reason I asked is like because on the other side of the coin, like from Gene Roddenberry, like Anne Rice Anne Rice was known like before her death to be against fan fiction, especially fan works done for the Vampire Chronicles.
Yes, she was. You're right. She was not a big fan of her works being turned into fan fiction, which is God bless her soul. She died before that atrocious show on AMC came around because that's
And Rice is
exactly
dead?
what it is. You didn't know
Yeah,
she passed away last year?
I'm,
No.
I'm
Oh,
here.
I d-
No, it took everyone by surprise.
Yeah.
I will say, however, as time passed, she did soften her stance on fan fiction at this, but she still doesn't wholeheartedly agree with it.
Yeah, I'm very aware of how she felt about that. It's probably
Y'all too
why
far apart. Group the fuck up, dudes. Shit.
it's
You see
probably
how
why
organized they are? Why y'all fucking spreading out? Divide and conquer my my fucking dick. You ain't conquering shit by yourself. The fuck you think you doing trying to accomplish shit by yourself? Get with a team or a teammate, and we can win this shit. I'm
Dominic
saying this while they can't hear my ass. I ain't even in the damn voice chat. It's fucking hilarious.
Dominic, we as Anne Rice fans are very aware that Anne was not a fan of fan fiction. She was very outspoken about it. She was very, very
Night Dark. We're gonna start
secure,
wrapping it up soon too.
very, very protective of her characters and her works. So she was one. There were some that were out there. There were some that were out there, but she was staunch, not a supporter of it, which I'm surprised. I thought I
Fuck.
sent a link in MeWe when she passed away. Wolf probably didn't get it, but I thought I sent a link saying that it was last year towards the end of right before Christmas, early December. She had passed away, but she passed away before AMC had announced their race swapping of characters for their TV show. So I'm like, if she had lived to see that, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be too happy about it. But
Oh, she would most she would and no doubt would be upset with so much changes being done to her work.
yeah, a lot of people said she would have loved it. I said no, she would not have been happy
Mm-mm.
about it.
Mm-mm.
She would she wouldn't if she knew she wouldn't have been happy about it. So as they all do, AMC waited till she was dead in the grave, and then
That's it.
that's when they announced what they were doing. But they waited. But she was led to believe that everything was going to be a presentation of her story. She said it was George Lucas. She even sent them ideas and scripts, and she was willing to write the pilot, but they
I have to
rejected
endorse
it.
one of you motherfuckers then.
Wow, I now that I didn't know.
Yeah, she did. She had sent them, but it was rejected by AMC. I guess they wanted to do their own thing. Rejected. So basically, they did her like George Lucas. They bought out her chronicles, her Vampire Chronicles. They brought it out, and then they took it over and basically did the same thing what they did to George Lucas. They brought the rights to her chronicles, turned them into TV shows, but they did not stick to her work. But I can guarantee you, if she saw, I have not seen the show because I refuse to watch that garbage, but she would not have been happy. From what I've heard from people that have watched it, said that there is a show on AMC, which, like I said, I'm not watching it because that's just terrible. Another show that has been eaten up by woke cancer. But she definitely would have liked the changes that she made because those characters were beloved and serious to her, and AMC just didn't respect them at all.
Oh, And that's a yeah, and that's actually why that's one of the reasons why I respect Rice as an author. She's very protective of her work, and wants to see it be treated with respect. Neil
Hmm.
Gaiman was like that with Sandman until unfortunately he sold out.
Yeah, he sold out with his. But she didn't comment because at the time she became ill, she wasn't aware of what they were doing. But as awful as this sounds, they were waiting for her to kick the bucket so that they could start doing the changes that they felt they wanted to do.
What
But
an
I
Yzma.
I was reading some comments for those that have watched it.
Oh, what a classic money making trick! Because
What a, even
this is
yeah.
basically what they even did with Rings of Power. Because they wanted to do, or no, actually back when Peter Jackson, when they were making the adaptations for Lord of the Rings way back when, because Christopher Tolkien, he didn't want any of his father's own work to be adapted. Because I
Mhm.
mean, everyone wanted to see Lord of the Rings get adapted, even though he
Mhm.
was against that. But they had to wait till then he died. But then Peter Jackson came in and yet made it into the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit, and it's simply because, well, he liked it. And yet now we see the same thing with Rings of Power, with because now they just wanted to do whatever the hell they want because they're just gonna have a heyday with that. Now they're gonna plan to make a season 2, which I doubt that's ever gonna get made.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
set.
yeah, to add salt to the wound. Well, like the Tolkien estate are not being like not being proactive as Chris was and protecting Tolkien's legacy.
Well,
Yeah, well. The thing is, his son Christopher Tolkien would have is probably doing a double backflip in his grave right now if he knew what Amazon has done. Amazon is brought his worst nightmare together. Now it goes on to state that Christopher was not a fan of Peter
double
Jackson's film.
backflip.
Yeah, double back. That's how
It's like
serious
it's
I
like
mean,
I'm so
not
angry.
not just
Backflip. Oh, you
not
want to
I
go,
mean
son?
not just
I'll do a front flip. I'll do a front flip. Let's go.
not just Chris, but J.R.R. as well.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He would be doing double backflips in his grave also.
Oh,
If
you want to
they,
go now? Backflip. Let's go.
yeah,
It's just like in
some
the,
people,
it's just like in the Last Jedi just fight scene. Just like, oh, we're gonna fight now. 360. Let's go.
exactly. Some people say roll over. No, these guys would be doing backflips if they saw the damage that they're doing right now. They
Oh,
would
prepare
be,
for my ultimate attack. Do a barrel roll.
yes, yes, exactly.
It's not out of the realm of not out of the realm of imagination
When did
Stan
fights
Lee.
and anger just turn into mortal ballet?
It's not out of the realm of imagination that Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and Steve Ditko were joining as well.
Oh
Yes, you could put
yeah.
them in the chorus. Yes. Oh, yes, you could put them in the chorus. Exactly. It would go the same thing. And the thing was, when
As a
they
team,
announced they
as
were
a team.
doing a Vampire Chronicle show, I was all for it. Because I'm like, finally, some books that I actually read are going to be a TV show. And I liked the movie. But then when I saw what they were doing, I said, I don't like this at all, one bit. I can't go forward with that, And I got the usual babbly of, well, you got to give it a chance, or you got to see what happens. It might be good. The characters aren't real. Don't be a racist. I heard all that giggly gunk, which I ignored, and then now I found out, for those that have been watching it, they're not happy with what they're seeing. But I didn't say
Oh
anything.
my god. I told you, bitch.
They are not. Someone communicated to me today that it's atrociously awful. It is absolutely terrible. And it is just, it's like the writers have no respect for Anne, or the letter said this isn't her works, this isn't her story, this is something else. They said this is done for their own selfish thoughts and gains. It's got nothing to do with translating Rice's words. And I went, that's exactly what I was talking about, but you guys jumped all over me when I did. But people got to learn for themselves. But they said it seems like the writers were selfish. They didn't know the novels, they didn't know the characters, and they just wrote it for their own glory and ideology. But I saw that
Well,
coming from a mile away.
Woe to the wicked.
and if I was if I was a showrunner or a writer in the adaptation of the Vampire Chronicles,
Knock, 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 knock.
starting with interview with a vampire, I would not do what these writers have done.
No, if I was told I'm going to adapt Rice's Vampire Chronicles, I would approach it the same way Peter Jackson approached doing Lord of the Rings, which is to tell the story that she wants to tell and express her thoughts, her feelings, her creativity into the story and bring that to life. That is
Exactly.
what I do. Not
This is
my
even
own
what
thought.
this is even what Tim Burton even did when adapting Sweeney Todd. It's just that when you're adapting a Broadway show into a film, these are two separate mediums. So you're making a movie that's based on a Broadway show. I mean, Tim Burton is not really all that invested into Broadway shows, but he does have respects for what he even tried to stand for. So of course a lot of the songs from Sweeney Todd are cut, but everything else still remains the same. Um, and yet Joanna doesn't even kill the owner of the insane asylum like how she does in the stage show, because the owner of the asylum actually gets killed by his own patients there.
I
So
mean,
he doesn't die from the gunshot. Despite that, I forgot what's his name. Despite that, the optimistic kid actually had a gun in hand.
Anthony.
Anthony, yes.
Well,
Right?
In short, watch the Broadway more than that
yeah,
travesty.
yeah. In short, well, I understand changes in adapt.
Besides, the singer of Swing, the guy who plays singer Sweeney Todd sings better than Johnny Depp. I'm sorry.
Oh, for sure.
Pretty women, Joanna,
No,
Joanna, pretty women. Tommy,
that
Tommy.
Burton should have got
Sounds more
some actual.
scarier than Johnny Depp himself. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes FanWorks takes form of music. I linked in the chat. First is an SCP based on SCP song based on the Sarkic cults, and here's a pseudo Finno-Ugric fictional language song.
Oh, all right.
And then I also linked the Miracle of Sound's Bloodborne song, A Thousand Eyes. It's really amazing. And then I've also linked Hammer the Buttons and Wiggle the Sticks, because it's a Resident Evil 6 fan song, and it quite well explains the problems of that game. And even somebody who hasn't played it like me gets the point of what's wrong.
Nice.
I understand. I was going to say, understand that when you're adapting a novel or a play or a book to screen, you have to make some changes. But mostly, the changes, when you make the changes still have to be in harmony of what the writer was trying to say. So yes, you do make changes, but you don't lose the spirit of the writer. That's what you don't lose, and that's what happened with Rings of Power. Just doesn't have any respect. That show doesn't have
I
any
really
respect.
don't like how Overwatch 2 unlocked their shit.
Yeah.
Who?
I said I really don't like how
Overwatch.
Overwatch 2 unlocked their shit. How you have to unlock their shit. You gotta use Battle Pass now, not
Yep.
loot boxes. Then again, it does kind of it does eliminate the random loot, the over repeats of the same loot that you have already unlocked. But still, it's like, oh
Well,
my
that's what's
goodness.
stupid. It's still microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing
Because
is,
apparently
this.
every single modern game has to have a freaking battle pass just to appeal to freaking streamers.
Well, no, the thing is this is now I think you got buy the coins to now unlock shit. Fucking Blizzard and your in-game currency bullshit. Suck my fucking dick, dude.
Okay.
I mean, so far they're really digging themselves into a deeper hole than they already have.
Despite the fact that Blizzard and Activision are owned by Microsoft.
I just would end up. I don't know how that interview with the vampire show on MC will get a second season because it's losing viewers. But we'll see what the future holds. I just want to throw that out there.
It's gonna be a dry freaking watch era of entertainment. I tell you that right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yes, it is. So I can see why the fan fictions that you all named tonight are more it have me more interested than the stuff they have out there right now.
See, in the case of here's the thing. In the case of Dragon Ball Tale,
Mm-hmm.
it's coming from a place where fandom is already like kind of still going strong, still together, even though they're kind of divided on certain things like Super and Z. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
like a Dragon Ball Tale is basically just doing its own thing. It's telling its own story and telling the story a little different now. It's not really taking the whole entire premise and just rewrite the whole thing. It's just tell a different story. That's why when you looked at it, it's taking place like almost towards the end of Dragon Ball, just veering off from Dragon Ball and straight into Z, and it's taking the same race onto a whole new level too. And like I said, I'm really hoping that they're gonna keep that momentum up. And again, going back to Power Rangers Unworthy, man, I'm looking forward to that too.
Me too. And and that's
Still
actually
mad at the fact that Kimberly's a non-binary.
wait what?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, an unworthy? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. She's
Hold
a
on.
lesbian, yes, but like she's played by a non-binary person. But the thing is, they don't really acknowledge her gender at all in
What?
in that series. They don't say shit.
But
They say
we
her name,
know
but they don't say that she's a girl or boy or anything. It's just, and of course
I
Tommy's a girl, but they're also a couple too. But like I said, I looked up her bio. I was like, oh shit,
what?
she practices
I did
real
not
martial
know
arts
that.
too. She
And
practices
this
real.
and
So
all this is from Power Rangers the Unworthy.
hmm That's why she looked the way she does in that show.
I did not know that.
Man, I was like, okay, there's something weird. There's something weirdly wrong with Kimberly right now, and I need to dig in deep. Oh, of course, no, no, no hatred towards her. I'm going to call her because that's I'm calling her as I see it. I don't know
Hmm.
what she prefer. Frankly, I don't care. She's good with the material that she's working with, so I gotta give her props on that. Just that that's not even that's not even stopping me from watching the series itself. Just
Huh. But
I don't
it's
know.
just more. It's just like it's a more you know moment.
hmm But other than that, like series is good. Just
So it's like the change, like the changes made to a few of the characters are kind of iffy.
well, no. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about Kimberly. She's not our Kimberly.
But an alternate universe Kimberly.
hmm
Yeah.
The Rangers that we're following right now, they're not our Rangers. We do get a few glimpses of our Rangers, yes, but the ones that we're following are not our Rangers, which is good.
Yeah. I, I remember. Yeah. That's and that I appreciate. And that I
I
appreciate
think
from
they
Power
went and
Rangers
rescued
Unworthy.
Zach. Yeah, I think they went and rescued Zach at one point, like our Zach.
Oh. Yeah, I need to watch that.
Yeah, you definitely got to rewatch that. It took them two. It took them two episodes to finally get an opening theme, and it's really good though. I love it. I love it. I was like, damn, it took you guys two episodes. Hey, look, no judgment. No judgment. I'm just basically just poking fun at that. I'm pretty sure you guys are laughing that shit off right now as we speak. Like it took us 2 episodes to finally actually have an opening theme for our show. And for what it's worth, the wait was worth it because that opener is a fucking banger, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I can,
And
I can, honestly, I
and
can
Kamen Rider kind of
honestly
does
see it.
something like this too. Like they don't have the opening on the very first episode, but then they would have to wait till like at least like the next episode until they would finally get their opening at least to show it.
Well, they don't even have placeholders.
Eh,
I'm gonna share it with you guys. Power is worthy opening theme. Yeah, how much you guys shared in the damn private chat? You fucking stashers.
Well, well, you'll be surprised.
It's been
I've
pretty
seen a
active
treasure
there.
trove in a damn private chat.
Oh, now that you, now, thanks to you mentioning Power Rangers. It is a perfect segue to another fan work that happens to be Power Rangers related.
Hmm.
This go, this one is called. Well, I'll tell you more after you show everybody any of the Power Rangers Unworthy theme.
Oh, this is
I
something
get these.
someone created.
Yep. I get these a lot. I think they try. I think they're trying to convince me to get my license so I can finally drive a Toyota. Just made me want to watch the series again.
Mhm.
In case you don't know, that's the original Ranger, the Chrono Ranger. I think. No, that's the Chrono Ranger, the gray guy with the cape.
Mhm.
Production value is off the charts. Support their Patreon.
It was a banger then. It's a banger now.
Like I said, I look forward to it.
Not
I
bad.
do have to say the jumpsuits. Uh, it's one of the things I do not like when it comes, especially when it comes to cosplayers. They're mostly tend to view them as like budgetary suits. You get those suits when you don't have the budget to actually make a full on suit. I'm talking about the jumpsuits that they're wearing for the main Rangers. It's
I know
those
what you're talking about.
yeah, it's those full body jumpsuits. I don't like those. But
I understand.
they're they're working with what they got. For the other suits though, with the armor attached to it and everything, that right there is amazing. for what they can do with their budget. So what? So I'll give credit where credit's due, where they spend their budget on, and they're spending the budget on the special effects, and of course the armor pieces and everything. So when every time you see Lord Draken looks great. Ninjor is gonna look freaking great. Freaking hell, dude.
I look forward to it.
And the way how Kimberly combined the dragon power and the pterodactyl power, that was awesome too. The way how they created her suit.
I agree.
That's what you saw when she's walking towards the screen. She later on she managed to combine her powers with Tommy's powers, and that's what she looked like as the result. So she's now leading her Rangers after Tommy's death. That opener spoiled a lot of shit in the story.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
mean,
got to watch it from the beginning.
I've seen opener. I mean, I've seen openers for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, like sometimes like spoiling events that will occur in the series. But come on, Unworthy.
Yeah, at least when the JoJo openings show the events, they show it in a way that you don't have any context. You don't even know what's actually going on. You just see glimpses of what might be. But the JoJo openings are a masterclass of design and production. So
It's also a feast for the eyes for
mm,
those like who aren't fans of the source material, but they can appreciate it nonetheless.
mm,
That's why I couldn't view
On the
that
other
shit.
other hand, those who have been reading the manga for a while, oh, they would have huge smiles plastered on their faces.
mm. Speaking of JoJo, I've discovered one thing, that if fictional characters were real, the one I'd be closest to in terms of handshakes separating me and him would be Stroheim.
Yeah.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, turns out my town has a dark past because we had some guests during the 40s, you could say.
Oh, he's gonna give us a history lesson.
Not
Beware,
to keep it
everybody.
short, but yeah, we had those wacky Germans as guests, and I met another who interviewed some of them, and well, that means I'm one shake. Well, me and other, that's one handshake. Other and those Germans is two. So, and from the Germans to the Stroheim, that would be three handshakes.
Well, let's get out of here, guys. So we can catch Lay's night. I think it's probably still going. I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for hearing us speak on alternatives again, like we always do. Be the alternative, make the alternative, whatever. I'd like to thank Officer Yoni for joining us unexpectedly.
Thank you. It's been fun. I always take the opportunity to check if you have something going on Friday or Saturday. It's those are the only times I can really join a conversation.
Monday, Sunday.
No, I have a morning shift, so
Right.
usually when you start at those times, I actually have to go to work. So,
All right. Anyways, the lovely Lady of Valor.
Hello, everybody. This is Leah Plus Size, your lovely Lady of Valor, and thank you for joining us for this discussion about our favorite fan fiction or writers or videos. I hope if you haven't watched them or familiar with them the way I am, I hope you enjoyed some of the suggestions that the panel made this evening. If you have any suggestions for topics you'd like for us to rant about, you know how crazy we can get, please leave it in the comments below. I'm sure Wolf will appreciate that. But until then, I want everybody to have a good weekend and see you next week.
The Hound of the South, Dominic Powell.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us in tonight's live stream. If you like what you saw, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Wolf 10 Media's channel. And if you If you have any fan words that you like to share and recommend to people, put it down in the comment section down below. If any of the fan words that we share with you all tonight piques your interest, let them know. Let us know in the comment section as well. This is the Hound of South Dominic Powell signing off. And remember, even though things may get dark in the harshest of times, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Never lose hope or your sense of idealism. And remember, be kind to people, even those who have not shown it to you in the past.
The Warrior of Light, Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Well, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, click like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. And make sure you ring that notification bell, that way you get notified of our latest videos. Go subscribe to 1210 Media if you haven't already. Go subscribe to me if you haven't already. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 signing off. And remember, may the light forever shine upon us.
Why did you always do that when Final is doing his conclusion? You gotta give him respect. And then you pop it in when he's
I gotta
talking.
find a way to sync it up with the way how fast he talks.
Oh. Okay.
Look, Leia.
Yeah, not your job to satisfy, despite you gave them fan service.
Yes.
You mean this one?
However,
Yes, exactly like that.
however, man, you were able to resist the fan service.
Like this?
Now it's
Exactly like that. Now you already know that reason. You already know the answer. Even this.
Of course,
Apparently, Leia can't even go one day without seeing Hugh Jackman, without seeing Hugh Jackman's huge Ackman.
or keep a straight face.
No, I gotta keep straight face. I'm trying to listen to Final close out, and then now he's gonna put that in there and throw that in there all of a sudden.
There is an easy trick to this. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and then do it.
It's that easy. It's been welcome to Wolf Town. Remind you guys once again, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.